Welcome to LOQation, Cabrini College's weekly news program. I'm Nicole Capizzi.
And I'm Molly Fox. Here's your weekly update.
This past week, on April 9th, 14 people were arrested after a large fight in Center City, Philadelphia on Tuesday afternoon. Out of the 14, 11 were male and 3 were female. Only 4 of the people arrested were older than 18. The group appeared to be made of mostly students. The boys and girls were both from a variety of different schools in Philadelphia. Police were called to 16th and Chestnut and rushed to the scene. Officers were called for backup when over 200 people were on the street at the time. This situation was declared under control at 4:05 p.m. If you're brave enough, come show off your talent at the Annex's open mic night located at the Music Workshop on Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn. The evening will start off with host Caleb Spalding performing a few songs and will continue with opening the stage up to performers in the audience. You must sign up prior to the event. The event, held Sunday, April 14th, is free and open to the public and will run from 7 to 9 p.m. For more information, visit patch.com and enter Radner. Cabrini's men's lacrosse team has had a good season so far. Let's check in with Coach Colfer and some players to get an update on what's been going on with the team.
So far the season's going really well. We're 7-3 and ranked number 8 in the country. We've beaten some really good teams, and our expectations, for the rest of the year, to get in the, to go far in the NCAA tournament and win a national championship.
We don't want to assume certain things, but if we're fortunate enough to get back there, we'll, obviously our philosophy is we just take one game at a time. Much like the basketball tournament just concluded in the NCAA, you just really try to plan for that one game, and if you're lucky to win that game and advance to the next one, you take it game by game. So they're all good at that point. The further you go into any tournament, the better teams you're going to play. And you just hope that you are ready physically and mentally to compete that day, and if you do that, then you got a shot. So we'll play anyone, that's always been our kind of our motto here.
I lost a couple games in the beginning, all the pretty highly ranked teams. It's always a bummer, but if we're gonna have to lose some, might as well beat somebody pretty good. I hope we see them all again. I think we'll beat them.
Anytime you're in the top 10, you get a lot of good exposure, and teams try and take you down, and we think we're doing a really good job beating some really good teams this year. And overall, we're just super excited for the rest of the year.
The rest of our games are all conference games, so obviously you want to try to win the conference again. I've been here 4 years, so I want to win it for the 4th year. Hit the playoffs hard, working hard, feeling good. Everyone's on their game, ready to play, and then hopefully make it to the national championship.
Going back into conference play tonight, and then with the remaining 4 games after that, kind of finishes up our regular season. So we're 7-3. We're ranked 8th in the country. We're hopefully starting to get healthy a little bit. So the weather has changed and it's gotten a little bit warmer. So those are all good, positive things for us to really start to hopefully get some momentum going towards the conference playoffs and hopefully the NCAA tournament.
That was your trip around the block. So Kevin, what's new with sports this week?
Well, lacrosse season is in full swing here at Cabrini, so let's see how the Cavs are doing. The men's lacrosse team continued their winning ways with a 13-8 victory over number 12 Denison University on Saturday. The number 11 Cavs were led by Corey Elmer, who scored 7 goals in the win. With a 6-game winning streak on the line, the Cavs return to action on Wednesday night when they host Rosemont College at 6:30 p.m. 6-game winning streaks are trending at Cabrini. The women's lacrosse team improved to 6-5 with their 6th straight win over Newman University by a score of 20-9 on Tuesday. The Lady Cavs go for their 7th straight win on Saturday when they host Centenary College at 12 p.m. The Phillies return to the win column with an 8-3 victory over the New York Mets on Tuesday. Cliff Lee improved to 2-0 on the season, pitching 8 2/3 innings and allowing 3 runs. The 3-5 Phillies go for the series win on Wednesday before hitting the road for a weekend series against the Miami Marlins. The NCAA Division I basketball season came to a close with Louisville claiming the national championship with an 82-76 win over Michigan on Monday. It is the 3rd time in school history Louisville captured the national title. Tune in next week to see if Cabrini Lacrosse keeps their success going and if the Phillies can turn things around after a slow start. Now here's Molly with your trip across the nation.
Rutgers University Athletic Director Tim Pernetti has resigned in the wake of a basketball player abuse scandal. Pernetti said that he regretted not fighting the school's initial decision to suspend rather than fire men's head coach Mike Rice last year. The resignation announced Friday by the university's president came the same day that former NBA player Eric Murdoch filed a lawsuit against Rutgers, alleging he was fired as the team's director of player development for blowing the whistle on Rice. According to CNN, Rice was dismissed Wednesday after ESPN aired a video showing him shoving and beating a player. A suspended Roman Catholic priest pled guilty Tuesday to a federal drug charge, the U.S. Attorney's Office for Connecticut announced. 61-year-old Reverend Kevin Wallen of Waterbury, Connecticut, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute crystal methamphetamine. With the plea, he admitted that he received and distributed 1.7 kilograms of the drug, U.S. Attorney David B. Feen said in a statement. Wallen sold meth to the undercover officer 6 times between September and January. On the evening of March 19th, Tom Clements, the director of Colorado's prison system, was shot and killed when he answered the door of his home near Colorado Springs. The shooting sparked a police chase that ended a few days later in Texas, with authorities finally killing the suspect, 28-year-old Evan Ebil, in a shootout. It was soon discovered that Ebil had been a part of a violent, white, racist gang during the 8 years he spent in Colorado prisons. From 2002 to 2007, only 9 right-wing extremists were indicted for their roles in politically motivated murders and other types of violent assaults. But between 2008 and 2012, the number mushroomed to 53, according to data collected by the New America Foundation. Racism is a rising trend lately. This week's locator has an entire issue dedicated to racism in the United States. LOQation got the chance to catch up with the Assistant Director of Athletics and Recreation, Orland Jefferson, to discuss some potential club sports. Let's take a look to see what he had to say.
I think club teams are really important because they give the students a chance to keep playing in sports that they love, that they've played probably for a long time in high school or before, or even into college, and then just decided maybe they didn't want the varsity experience anymore, or for whatever reason they're not playing anymore. And the cool thing about club sports is you get to play against all sorts of schools. I mean, a school like Cabrini can play against a Penn or a LaSalle or Drexel. It's a good opportunity to get out and continue playing and compete against someone other than just other Cabrini students. You know, I've always tried to find ways to get women more involved in intramurals here, and that's been a challenge. This year we had a group that was really interested in playing basketball, and unfortunately the co-ed league didn't work out, but they were happy to play in the men's league and keep playing there. And so when I found out about the PERSA tournament, I figured that was perfect for them, because it was a chance for them to then play against some other women's teams, and they'd already been practicing all season basically against the men's teams, so I thought they were in good shape. We're happy to start or talk about starting any sport club that there may be interest. You know, as long as there's enough students, then we can look at trying to get it up and running. Not saying we can get everything running, but if there's interest and there are people who want to take on some leadership roles, then we're willing to do whatever we can to get those up and running.
That was your trip across the nation. Christine, what's going on with entertainment?
Well, MTV has recently canceled its series, and let me tell you which one and why. Well, if you didn't see it coming, clearly you never took a minute to watch MTV's reality show Buck Wild. Cast member Shane Gandy died 8 days ago of carbon monoxide poisoning when his vehicle got trapped in mud during an off-road excursion. In response, MTV has decided to cancel the series despite having shot 4 episodes of season 2. In other news, Rick Ross and Reebok are under fire from a leading women's group and scores of rape survivors. The reason for all their trouble comes from a song Rick Ross UOENO, which seems to condone rape. These women are putting pressure on Reebok to drop Ross from their endorsements. Considering the group alone is 400,000 strong, Reebok might want to pay attention. That's all I have for entertainment news this week. Now let's go to Nicole for your trip around the world.
Margaret Thatcher, the first woman ever to serve as Prime Minister of Great Britain and the longest-serving British Prime Minister of the 20th century, has died at age 87. She suffered a stroke Monday, her spokeswoman said. A British government source said she died at the Ritz Hotel in London. Thatcher had significant health problems in her later years, suffering several small strokes and, according to her daughter, struggling with dementia. Thatcher served from 1975 to 1990 as leader of the Conservative Party. She was called the Iron Lady for her personal and political toughness. Thatcher's funeral will be at St. Paul's Cathedral with full military honors, followed by private cremation, the British Prime Minister's office announced. China's bird flu crisis showed no sign of easing Tuesday as the death toll rose to 9, a government agency said. 5 deaths have been in Shanghai, according to the Chinese Commission. The H7N9 virus has been found in pigeons, but had not previously been discovered in humans until a series of cases were reported in China last week. In Shanghai, more than 100,000 live birds have been killed in the past week at live poultry markets across the city in an effort to contain the problem, the Shanghai Municipal Ministry of Agriculture said. According to CNN, there have been no evidence of human-to-human transmission so far. A number of cities across China have also announced trading suspensions. Alumni Trivia Night was this past Saturday in the Dixon Center. Our own Jamie Vigiano was there to speak to some of Cabrini's alums.
We are here at the annual Alumni Team Trivia, where old Cabrini College graduates get together to socialize, show their knowledge, and win big. Let's take a look.
I'm here tonight at Team Trivia. It's the 5th year of Team Trivia. This is a great event. This is an event that benefits the Alumni Scholarship Fund. And my role is the chair of the Stewardship Committee of the Alumni Board of Directors. And as the chair, I lead the committee in helping to partner with the Alumni Office and the Alumni Board to help plan events that could potentially raise money for the Alumni Fund.
We both graduated in 1968. I was an elementary education major and Kathy was a chemistry major.
We know about Team Trivia because it's been going on now for 5 years, and I'm on the Alumni Association.
I came here with a bunch of my classmates, about 4 or 5 of us, and we graduated last year, 2012. I'm looking forward to playing the game, getting in there with all the alumni and holding our own. Really good to see everyone again and just connect on a different level.
I'm one of the directors in the Institutional Advancement Office, and we look forward to this all year. I guess my favorite part of the event is watching all the decorations.
I'm the moderator and the MC along with my colleague, Mr. Keating. I'm a retired professor here, Professor Emeritus. We bribed the alumni office and they offered us more money.
Doc is the best teacher that's ever been in the school, and he's got a great personality, and they took me along for the ride.
It's fun, isn't it?
Looks like we had some big winners here tonight. That's it for me. I'm Jamie Vigiano on location for LOQation. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for catching up with us this week. For LOQation Weekly News, I'm Nicole Capizzi.
And I'm Molly Fox. Be sure to stay updated with us this week by following us on our social media sites. Simply search LOQation News. Have a great week, Cabrini.